Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the Risoux Forest. And I'm going to let the hired help carry on. Right, okay, we're just going to watch this one up here. I'm not going to go and get the thing yet because this is literally going to take a minute or two just to finish this field off. We've got rain coming in, unfortunately. How much rain are we going to get? Oh, it's not until this afternoon. Right, okay, that's fine. Don't need to worry about that. I'd seen it coming up in the thing. I thought, oh, I hope that's not for like 10 o'clock or something like that. That would be really bad. We don't want that. So he's going to straighten up there. And how well is he going to do? Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic in there. And yes, I'm absolutely going to hopefully have this as a screenshot. This is a beautiful, beautiful mower. I'm really loving this one. This is the first time I've ever used this mower. I'm thinking that this is definitely going to be one that I use again. I'm wondering if I should use this in the time-lapse series. I don't think this is going to work very well in the current time-lapse series because those fields are just too small for this mower. But maybe in a future time-lapse series where I go to slightly bigger scale than what I've got now, that might work out quite well. Somebody was asking if I can't remember who it was, but someone was asking if I could do a series with larger scale equipment. And yeah, I will probably end up doing a series with larger scale equipment. We can sort of upgrade pretty much everything and really go big scale. I'm wondering what map I would use and how I would go about doing it. I've been sort of thinking about this. I don't really want to do too large a scale in the time-lapse series. I've done that before, and to be honest, it didn't actually come out all that well. I know there are one or two people that do say that the Rattlesnake Valley series was their favorite series. But for a lot of people, it wasn't all that great, mainly because of I am just going to take out this little bit right here. There, because there is a very small amount. And then as I'm here, I might as well just grab that bit as I'm coming back up. There we go. Right. Yeah, the thing with the Rattlesnake Valley series was that it was extremely large scale. So any job I did, it was literally like one job per episode, and I ended up not really liking it. And I felt that overall the series suffered for it eventually. Like it sort of, I mean, it didn't last very long because unfortunately I had an incident with my computer. But yeah, I did feel that overall that series was lacking a bit because of it was just too big, and everything was sort of, you had one job per episode, so you started watching the episode, you knew how the entire episode was going to play out, and I didn't really like that. That to me wasn't good watching at all. So what I decided to do, right, when I've just unfolded and I've done it like that, so if I start them up and then try and lower it down. Now it's lowering down, but it didn't want to lower down the first time. So yeah, I probably won't do a massive large-scale thing for time-lapse, but I am thinking that massive large-scale thing for a series similar to this one could actually work fairly well. Like, I think that would be a good follow-up. It would be something that could end up working for us. Now, we've got the line of grass down through here that did grow back quite nicely, the thicker crop. We mowed off all of the plants that were underneath there, that were forestry. Now we're going to come on around here and try and avoid the mud hole. Just there's a spring underneath there, and that causes all kinds of problems every year. We can't do anything about it. This is a spring under there. Saying that, you know, I'm saying that, but we've got to role play some of this stuff, and I'm going to do a second round, although it's a really, really wide cut. I still think that we need to do 2 rounds around the outside. And then once I've done that, I will set the hired help going. And we will go and get our other tractor and the forage wagon, and we will start gathering this stuff up. What I'm going to do is... I was saying previously, I think, that I was going to put all of this in silage, or... Actually, I can't remember if I was going to put it all in as silage or if I was going to put it all in as hay. But what I think I'll do is put... Actually, no, I'll just put it all in as silage. We got loads of hay. We got loads of hay in there. It's not like we got masses of animals at the moment. So we should be good for just doing this as silage as we'd sort of normally want to. So let's bring you on round like that. There. If you don't turn too sharp... I've got missed a bit there. I'm not very good at keeping following the lines of the field at the moment. But that's down to me. That's not down to anything else. And I'm also leaving the bits on the corners, which is ultimately probably going to end up bugging me more than anyone else. I'm going to take this one up to the top, and then we're going to start working the land work from there. So we're going to bring you on round here. He's bouncing a little bit going up that hill. Quite sure why he's bouncing, but he is. I'll bring you in like this. Here we go. And instantly goes round turning too sharp. He seems to be very prone to doing that. Seems to do that very, very easily. Now, I'm going to bring this one around here like this, and that angle there is about right, but I'm going to want to move on down a little bit further than this. So we'll go down this way like this, and then I will bring it to there, and I think that's about right. So if I go from here, he'll lower into there. Bring up the rear and then put that one in, and then we'll see what he's like for turning round further up. So he's going to lift up the front one, go on a little bit further. Slowly does it apparently, and then he'll lift that one up, and then he'll go on round. So I mean, we could take... winter is coming soon. And we could take the opportunity to remove the rest of the trees here on the corner of this field so that next year this field is at its full size. I think that would probably be a good idea. And you drop back down there. And you're away. Alright, that one seems to be doing fairly well. So we will jump over to this one right here. We've got hay stored over there. We've got our dryer. I'm very tempted to actually make all of this field into hay, but I'm not going to. We are going to do this as silage. I may, in the future, do the rest of it as, like, just do lots more hay. It does depend largely on how many cows we end up getting, I suppose. That will play a principal part in dictating what we do here. Let's take you on out here. I want to get more houses over there, which are going to need to... They'll come up the road up this side when we do get those. Not quite sure where we're going to put them yet, but we'll figure something out with that. Let's start this one up. Right. The one thing that I do like about this is that I've got a nice wide pickup width. So we're not leaving stuff behind. Or at least I'm hoping that we're not. No, we're not. We're gathering all of this up. And we're going at breakneck speed as well, which is fantastic. So we'll be able to gather all of this up in no time at all. Helper B. How has Helper B completed that? There's no possible way Helper B has completed anything at all. That's why Helper B. Apparently, Helper B doesn't like the fact that the wheels twist and turn. Doesn't like that at all. Alright, let's back down this way a bit. Try this again. That's about right there. If I just go hired help and let that one in. Is that going at the right angle? I think it is. Yeah. And he should be able to turn properly. Oh, nice. Okay, right. Hopefully that one will be able to carry on and do whatever it needs to do. And in the meantime, we can carry on and get the rest of this field, hopefully before any more mishaps happen. So we have uncovered a fatal flaw with that mower. Despite how wonderfully glorious it is, it's got these beautiful wide mowing widths on it, which is absolutely wonderful for a job like this. Yeah, I'm leaving little tiny bits behind on the grass, and I could go and pick those up, like with the mower when I go back round. I'm not going to, but you know, it's a thing that I could do if I wanted to. Let's try and catch all of this, shall we? And bring you round here. I love the speed that we can go with this. This is just absolutely insane. But it means that we're getting jobs done. This is what I like about it. We're getting stuff done. We're accomplishing tasks. I mean, we've got a lot of things that I would like to do. Not just doing all of the building work that we want to do. There's other things that we want to do in this series as well. Like we've got lots of farming that we want to do. And I'd like to sort of keep that moving. If I'm going to do a large-scale farming series, that's going to require even more madness. Not quite sure. I really don't know how I will work that one out yet, or what kind of map I'll use or anything. I mean, I'm not saying that that's going to be the next series. I'm not saying anything at all. I'm not going to commit to anything. I'm not going to make any promises. Nothing. I'm just saying that we could end up doing that. Now, let's let that one come forward. He has at least taken out the little bit there on the corner. We'll let him do his turning around. Is he going to actually be able to do that properly? Just having a drink. Did you see that just there? He reversed, and he really doesn't like that, the way those wheels turn. I prefer the ones where they go straight on the reverse, and I think there is actually a mod, or at least there used to be. I thought maybe it was for FS19. There was a mod that would lock any turning wheels, would be automatically locked for reversing. So it didn't matter what vehicles you were using, they would be locked into a straight line for when you were reversing. Now, a lot of the trailers, like this trailer here, I think actually this one does have the wheels that turn, but they lock straight when you reverse them, and I think there was a mod that stopped. There, see, he's just done it there, and I'm betting he's going to say that he's going to give up now. He's going to say he doesn't like that. He's just going to stop. Which is a little bit unfortunate, because I don't want it to stop. Let's carry on up round here. Is he going to straighten himself out? Straighten out, straighten up and fly right? He's moving. Oh, he's managed to sort himself out there a little bit. So, there was a mod. I'm going to have a look and see if I can find that one, because if that one's a thing, we may need it to go with those. Whether or not it'll work with the hired help, though, is a completely different matter. It might be something that only works with the player and not with the hired help, which would be a bit of a shame, because something like that would be incredibly useful for allowing the hired help to not get itself all into a bit of a mess like it is at the moment. Let's go on down here. Oh, he's managed to turn around there on that one. Right, I've got 170,000 litres here. I'm going to pick up on this corner, and I'm going to go and tip this down in our silage fermenter. We may not be using the silage fermenter very much more. Actually, I suppose we will. We'll keep doing this. We'll do one lot of hay. So we'll do first cut hay and then second cut silage. And because we won't be using the silage for the animals, we'll only be using the hay for the animals. Obviously, any silage that we make gets sold and we make a tremendous amount of profit out of it, which is always a good thing. So we've got the hay in there. Well, we haven't actually got any hay in there. And we've got grass silage in here. So we've got grass into silage in here. This one's running at the moment, so we can leave that one going. Once this one's emptied out, let's go and have a look at our mowers a minute. What have we got left here? He seems to be doing all right there. There's a little bit of a strip. I'm just going to leave that strip. See, it doesn't matter. And I'll let the hired help just go through and finish this one little bit. And then I'm going to take over and just grab the last little bit myself. Just because. Up through there and there. Right, so now if I start that one up. And down this way. And I'll lower that one there and there. And then grab it like that. Yep, that'll do. Okay, so then if I just press X right here, it will lift both of them and fold them at the same time. Except it doesn't actually do that to the front one. I genuinely thought that it would lift and fold it, but it didn't. Okay, well, if it doesn't want to. We'll go in this way. And we're going to drop the mowers off. And then once I've dropped the mowers off, I will put the fertilizer spinner on and we will start spinning fertilizer. So let's bring you around here like this. So I'm really impressed with these mowers. That was really fast mowing. That was faster than we've done before. It's slightly awkward having to do the reversing on these. It does make life difficult for them. Oops, I'm going to do that. Definitely makes it difficult having to do like with the reversing and that on them, but overall I'm still very, very pleased with these mowers. I think they're absolutely brilliant and they will serve us well in the future. And I almost forgot, we have a new field. We need to go and mow that one as well. That was almost forgotten. So what I'll do is hitch this back on again. And we'll drive over that way. So I've got a gateway over there, which I could use if I wanted to. Or we can go and use this gateway over here. We don't have any other gateway. Now, someone did suggest that if I use the chainsaw, I might be able to cut the fence down. Because some maps will actually let you do that. So let's just go here and then press Alt twice. Like that. Right. That doesn't work on there, and no, okay, so that's not a thing that we can do on this one. You can't chop the fence down. There are some that you can, but you can't with this one. Go this way, and then the field that we're after is just down there, so I'm going to go and do a little bit of landscaping now, just so that we can get down there. Construction, landscaping. Let's have a look. Right, so we want to get into this field. There's a footpath that goes there, so we can't do anything to the footpath. I've already gone round and I have removed trees from the outside edge that I felt were getting in the way. I'm going to go with this one. Now, do I want to bring it around that way or around the front? I'm thinking to start with, we'll just take it from the front here, and we'll just kind of push this down like that. Push down an area here, and then I can blend that down this way. Right, and then we go to painting, and we'll just go with normal dirt here at the moment. So I've got all of this dirt up here. So if we just enlarge that a bit, let's make that a lot bigger so that we can just get that bit underneath the tractor, and then bring it down a bit. So we'll aim like that. Right, a little bit up to that gate there. And then we'll bring the track on down this way. I think this is going to be about right. Like that. Yeah. And bring that down here. Okay, so then if we... Oops, no, I don't want that square. I do want it that size, though. And then we very carefully do this along the edge here. Just get everything to match in. And then I'm going to bring that across over onto this side. And I'm going to do the same over here. So I'm just allowing it to get up to the edge of what we've got as a path at the moment. Path that's already there, but there is some other bits in there. So I'll go, also I'm going to go with the gravel right there. Paint over the bit of grass that is just onto that gravel like that, because I don't think we'd have very much just here on this bit where we've got the road crossing. And then we'll bring this down here. So we're going to effectively stop about here, I think. I don't think we'll go much further than that. And I'll leave a little bit of the grass. We can also... This is going to be sort of more like that. And then that one... This is all going to be too big, I think. I'll run that up there like that. I think that's oversized, really. But it doesn't need to be anything particularly special at the moment. We're just kind of like starting it. And yeah, it is. It's too big. We've oversized that one. I'm going to redo that. I don't like that. That's way too big there. And I really don't like reversing these mowers. They got a really sharp turn on those wheels. Makes life rather difficult. Alright, yeah, let's go here. Alright. There's that bit. Now, I reckon if we put a bit of mud up here just around the gateway there, and you'd probably have a bit there near the slurry intake. And the lower side of the track where the water runoff happens, that is where you would sort of get more mud, so we can sort of do the odd little bit down through here, like this. And then... just for a bit of variation, we've got this walkway soil there. We'll do the... Nope. Oh, I see. Right. Well, we'll do sort of like that. And we'll put a little bit of gravel. So the gravel is kind of like spread out a little bit onto the sides, like that. Just from where the tractors and that have been crossing. And then we can also put in a little bit of dirt here. Just add in a little bit. There we go. I think that's looking pretty good. And this up here would be a bit more just kind of driven on. Well, not necessarily driven on, just not so much mud and stuff. And then if we go into plants, so we're still a little bit limited on what we can have for plants, but we can, there is some options that we've got. So we can put in like a couple of bushes here and there. Add in some of these. Like that. I'll do the same in here. So I'm going to just add in a few of these here and there just for now, and then later on we can come back and we can do something else with it. This is just to sort of make this look a little bit more natural, because at the moment it looks anything but natural, doesn't it? So like the bank right here, if we cover this with a couple of shrubs and, you know, fill in some of these gaps here, we've got area up here that kind of needs to be filled in a bit. Let's make that a bit bigger. There we go. And put in a few of these, one or two of the bigger ones there. There we go. Same over here. This makes it just sort of look like we haven't plonked something down in the middle of nowhere, and it is actually ground that is being used. Although at the moment it's very specifically not being used. Let's put a few of these in and a couple of them in. Yeah, there we go. Right, like that. Alright, that's a little better. I think that's looking a little bit better. And we can forget about that now. And now I've got a track that is actually a bit more suitable in size. There we go. That looks a bit more natural, that does. And so we can just come down to here. Now there's nobody here at the moment, so we can just sort of open all of this one out. Now for some reason, if you start it all up and then you do Control W to lower it down, it doesn't like to lower down the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower it and I'm going to lift it, and then I'm going to switch to the front one, and I'm going to lower and lift that one, and then I'm going to try putting the mowers going. We'll do another test in just a minute. So let's bring you in over here. Let me just remind myself of how much of this one I've got. We're going to go to farmland. Right, so we don't have around the edges, so I don't know how much of this is going to work. And again, it's done exactly the same thing again. It's really weird. I don't know why it's doing this. And then the second time, it does actually keep running when you lower it down. That's really bizarre. Now, that is genuinely bizarre. Now, where is the edge of the field? This isn't a huge field, but this could end up being a bigger field later on. I don't want to get too close to the edges there, because that is very likely not stuff that we actually own. Although over here we definitely do own it, so we can get close to the edge. There, bring that one in there like that, and then there's you in there. Right, honestly, I don't think there's much point in me leaving the hired help to do any of this one. We will just do this ourselves. Because there ain't going to be a lot left over once we're done in here. There is very large strips being left behind. I'm going to go and grab all of these. I'm going to do that. Pick that one up like that, and then I'm going to come in here like this, and that gathers everything up just perfectly. And now if I lower that one down there, I'll also be able to get this little bit here that we've left behind. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.